Welcome back. So I'm assuming you completed video 1 and you did the free writing, you've loosened yourself up, you're ready to take on another writing challenge, and you've also started the 30-day challenge to change your mindset. So I'm assuming you've done those things. So we're going to move on to character writing. So the way that it works, find a picture of a person. So I've got one here and I'll discuss it with you. So I'm quite a fan of David LaChapelle. His work is a little bit vulgar, verging on the pornographic, but I quite like vulgar things. But there's something quite stunning about them in a way. So this one is, I think, a bit more PG than some of his stuff. So let's see if I can raise up. So I want you to look at this photo and I want you to describe this character. What is this character wearing? Where is this character? Is he on a train? Is he in his home? What brought him on this train? What's he doing there? Are there any accessories? Is there an expression on this person's face? Now, in this instance, you can't actually see this person's face, but you can describe what's there. So that's an idea. But I think that's quite an interesting photo to work from. There seems to be quite a lot going on there. I'm quite intrigued why someone wearing a pharaoh mask is on the train. Why would they be there? Are they going to a party? Or, is this someone who's actually come back from the dead and is taking a ride on a train? You could do lots of interesting things here. And what essentially you're doing is building up a story. So as you're picking apart and describing this person, what they're wearing, what their facial expression is, you're building a story. And then you're building a story around the environment that they're in. And you can either create a poem or a short story. I actually think this would be a really good one for a short story. You don't have to use this photo. You could just have a look online and see what photos and images come up there. One of the things I quite like doing is creating a poem, a story from things from newspapers. I think they're quite interesting because you can actually really build a bigger story from that, because there's actually not a lot there to work with. I created one myself from a newspaper article, but also from something, from an old memory of mine, when I used to work for a very horrible racist employer who was very, very sexist as well. So rest assured, I don't work there anymore. That was many, many years ago. But at the same time, as I was thinking about that memory, there was this image of a boy who'd been recently stabbed, and at the same time, it sort of reminded me of my old employer and what he used to say about black boys and violence, which used to really, really irritate me. So I sort of got really interested by this photo of this boy, this innocent boy. Regardless of his colour, it shouldn't matter what was his name. That should be the most important thing. This was a person. So I sort of worked from that, and then I used to read, I still do actually, Camille Dungy. She's one of my favourite poets, and she also is an essayist. And she wrote the importance of naming things properly, and I took quite a lot of inspiration from that. So I'll just read you a small piece of that so you can sort of get an idea of what you can do with sort of character writing, and I think it's quite exciting. So let's see if I can find it. I did have it bookmarked, but as usual they always fall out. Aha, okay. So this is in poem form, And the idea of it comes from a boy who's just been stabbed for no reason. He wasn't related to gang violence or anything like that. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And after being stabbed, a bit like the film Ghost, he sort of steps outside of himself, and it's all that confusion and wondering, how will his story be told? Will he be named? So this is how it goes. I can see the wound, mirrored now in my stomach. The rivers run red, escaping from the mountain's summit, bursting out from the dams, and these hands, my hands, marooned, soiled in blood. I watch in horror, eyes glued as it trickles down my fingertips in vast, vast volumes, like waterfalls chasing the cliff's edge, and all the warmth of my being evaporated, leaving only the heavy-handed stillness of the cold, so cold, and the sharp bite forced by the blade's mould. I close my eyes to allow the darkness to unfold, to consume the colour of my knowing. A vain attempt to erase what has already been seen, but I can still feel the ghost of the blade, and the blood just keeps on flowing. Only it's not me. My body is over there on the pavement. What am I? A reflection? An echo? Maybe this is my soul's limbo. Shit. How will my story be told? Any moment now the vultures will descend for their pound of flesh, pens in hands like talons, scavenging with reckless abandon. I can see it on the news, like a vision, and the half-masted vessel truths shipped from the anchor's puppet-led tongue. I wonder, will they refrain from mentioning my name? Continue serving up sentences based on biased convictions because my melanin predicates that I'm more violent towards my own kin? That's how they'll spin. Publicising false indictments against the colour of my skin, and my name hidden behind headlines and pictures of designer handbags and erectile dysfunction ads. Fuck me, right? Never mind though. Just another lad mixed up in gang-related crime. Victim 59. A predictable faceless statistic on a bell curve, shaping an ambiguous graph to serve no purpose. None. So that's what I was able to create from doing some characterisation. So I've got more, but I hope that sort of inspires you to look at not just what the image of a person that's in the image looks like, but also about their story. It says what's going on in their life. Really start to sort of think about that and sort of draw sort of a bigger picture. So I'll leave it at that, and I look forward to seeing what you guys create. So if you do have a blog site that you've set up, do put the link in the comment below, because I'd love to have a look at it and see what you come up with. Alright, and I'll see you in video 3.